What up, senpais? It's Jotaro Kujo, here today with Yokoso Otaku, and today's a very, very special day because I am going to be talking about my top 5 favorite animes of all time. Number 1, Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online is one of the most fantastic animes ever created, and it's mostly because of its incredibly in-depth writing and massively explored characters and backgrounds. The story is about a young boy and his great pet axolotl who takes the form of a woman. This young boy spends all of his nights online gaming in a game called Sword Art Online, where he has to take swords and put them together and create pieces of art like the world has never seen. One night, he goes to sleep in bed, and lightning strikes the computer next to him and zaps him into the world along with his pet axolotl. The story was written by an absolutely legendary writer. He was so well known and so well loved in the world that he's gone on to win the Nobel Peace Prize for his writing, as well as being the first recipient of a Cybertruck straight from Elon Musk himself, customized in the characters of the anime. Number 2, 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins is another huge anime on my list. It is absolutely epic. Even though the story was ended short by only having 5 episodes, nothing was ever stretched out in this. It was so incredible how they tapered the story to not go into nonsensical ways whatsoever at all. Unlike most animes, the characters in this world are very, very underpowered and have the hardest time fighting even the tiniest of challenges. So they have to really use their brains in every single fight, enacting incredible strategy like you have never seen before. And the animation throughout this is absolutely solid. There is not a single time when the animation gets anything less than absolutely stellar quality, as it was totally made by only one studio and had no problems throughout its production whatsoever. It is an absolute masterpiece and a gem. If you are not checking this show out, you are absolutely missing out on a definitive anime classic. Number 3, Naruto. Naruto is another absolute classic anime made by some of the best designers in the whole world. This, unfortunately, is another very short anime, and a lot of fans actually say that they have not made enough Naruto content. The story takes place with this young boy who's learning karate, but in space, and he lives in the future, and all he can eat is ramen. One of my favorite things about this anime is how incredibly in-depth they get with each of the characters, only using just a few short episodes. This one basically has absolutely no filler in it at all. It is outstanding. I cannot believe that they even made a shonen anime like this at all. It's probably one of the least known animes on this list, but it is absolutely worth checking out, as these space adventures and traveling through time itself is definitely worth watching. Number 4, Danganronpa. Danganronpa, as you know, is based off of the video game, except the beauty of this anime is you don't need to play the game at all. In fact, screw the game, never play it. Check this anime out. You will get every tiny bit of info of the game in this spectacularly well-written and incredibly crafted anime. Every single character and every single situation is almost an exact one-for-one for the game, and the story is tight and it is cohesive. I have never seen an adaptation go to this extremes to make sure that fans could be just as happy watching the show as they were playing the game. And finally, number 5 on our list, JOJO'S Bizarre Adventure. This is the story of a young working-class man living in the modern day suburbs, and every day he has to go to work very calmly and it's almost like nothing happens in the show at all. It's strange that they call it JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You'll see JoJo as he goes down to the store and finds out that he doesn't even have enough change for the snacks that he wants. It's absolutely insanity. But this one wasn't based off of a manga at all. It's like kind of crazy that they came up with this totally original, wild story just for anime. But if you're worried about the story being centric off of one person, don't worry about it. At JoJo's house, he actually has a number of friends. And a lot of people actually have kind of come to say that this is similar to the show Friends, but I don't agree with them whatsoever at all. Despite it sounding really plain and ordinary, I absolutely suggest that you check this out. It is quite the slice of life like you've never seen before. You will feel like you're in very realistic scenarios that are extremely well crafted, just like everything else on this list. So that was my top 5 greatest animes of all time. If you are not watching these, you have no clue about anime whatsoever at all. So check them out, every single one of them. Watch every single episode because you will be blown away. You know, a lot of these are just, they're extremely obscure. Like, I know people just really haven't seen them, and a lot of them have not even come close to being released in English or in America whatsoever, but get them online. You can find them online. There's dedicated fans out there for these very obscure shows. Check them out. This is Jotaro Kujo, and if you like this content, hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe for more anime news, reviews, and gaming. Naruto takes place in the future in space, but it's run by the Chinese government mixed with the Americans. I can't hear Jesus Christ.